Damn it. Why does it always disappear?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Pregame.
You ready? No debate, cause they sold. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, corner booth.
I see as well. Kate, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Kate, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or
No, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh
lovely. I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
No, I know.
And first of all, happy holidays. Second of all, I got the Eagles hat on because you know it's that time of year, man. I'm just a happy, jolly boy because it's December, favorite time of year. I got the most ratchet Christmas lights set up because this got taken down halfway at some point last night. Nobody told me what was happening. I literally walked downstairs. My office is all like that came down. That was I gave up. So you know what? I figured it matches the craziness of this show. So that being said, welcome to the Korner with Pregame. I am of course Jared Klim alongside my host Matt or Dazzo, the TikTok star himself. By the way, if you haven't checked out our TikTok, you should. Matt absolutely kills it. This man is money on TikTok. Also joining us from the Tailgate and the Quad podcast, who just dropped another episode on Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kev.
What's up?
Kev, you ready, locked and loaded to yell at the CFB people today?
No, I'm not. But also, I'd like to point out, I'm still waiting on that letter from Kate. So I haven't gotten it yet. So she hasn't said no. So the dream's alive. That's all I'm saying.
Dream is well alive. I think she's waiting to see how this whole new British Prime Minister thing works out.
Fair. Unfortunately, they keep dumping theirs after a month. So I'm just going to have to keep waiting.
Can we, institute that? Is that a thing?
Well, just change our mind.
We're 2 years deep, man. Both sides hate this one. And
not
of
even
course,
2 years deep.
Joining us from possibly a new spot soon, congratulating himself on a new living quarters, as well as getting ready for this Thursday Night Football show, slamming some buds, ladies and gentlemen, of the Divots and Pivots podcast and Belly Up Fantasy, the Duck Man himself, Andrew
Bud Diesels,
LeDuc.
baby. Way to go, Bud Diesels.
Bud Diesels. I was going to put one in, but I'm saving those for when the U.S. inevitably takes a foot to Ireland's ass. I mean, not Ireland, Netherlands' ass.
You get Ireland.
How did you confuse those countries?
Okay, I'm running on through 5 hours of sleep. I almost fell asleep twice at work today, and I've been running around like a madman since about 4 o'clock when I punched out of work. So the fact that I got everyone here, I have the show collected. The links are up. Things could be worse.
I don't know. 5 hours is borderline full amount of sleep so far. I don't know.
To who?
You get to that age where 5 hours is enough sometimes.
To anybody with kids.
About how you need at least a solid 7.
I
haven't had 7 hours of sleep in years, dude.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that part.
Well, you're also a dad, so you kind of get I guess it's kind of left out of this conversation.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll just leave.
Yeah. Bye, Doug.
I'll still call you daddy. It's okay.
Hey, I've been seeing the trend. Have you seen the trends on TikTok of the girlfriends that call their boyfriends daddy in front of their dad? Asking hey daddy, can you get this for me? And then they both go to do it.
That's just mean.
That is just terrifying on so many freaking levels.
Hilarious though.
Oh my Lord. The biggest thing for me with all that that cringy shit is you got to think about in your perspective. I thought about that once because my buddy did it as a prank with his girlfriend, and I look at him because I'm there in the room. The parents are there. I'm looking bro. Dude, this was a bad. I'm like, is there like a door somewhere? I feel like this is gonna be a rough conversation. This wasn't even like a holiday; it was a house party he was throwing for his birthday or something. I was just like, this is gonna end badly.
You just have to get out of the range for the buckshot. Just step a little bit to the left or right just to be safe.
Fair. I mean, the problem is with buckshot, the farther away you get, the more likely you are to get tagged by something. So,
but the less likely it's gonna hurt.
True. I mean, listen, I don't want to ask a deer how buckshot feels at 300 at 30 feet, but I feel like I'm safer than I am at point blank. So,
agreed.
So, gentlemen, we got a great Thursday game tonight. We have I want to talk about the CFB, obviously, but gentlemen, we did it. America is on to the round of 16. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Also, is Poland, by the way. Shout out to my fucking Polacks getting it done. Getting in on a loss. That's the most Polish thing I've ever fucking seen.
It's a weird World Cup so far. Mexico and Germany out. Like this is just weird.
Bad day for Kanye.
Yeah.
I got a feel for the guy.
Also for the Zimmerman Accords, any of you history majors out there.
Yikes. But yeah, Japan though.
So okay, did you see their goal today? That should not have been a goal. That was outrageous. I don't know how they let that stand, but hey, it didn't matter. Them and Spain both got in, so it may have affected matchups. But I think
I want to rant about something real quick. VAR is bullshit. It's ruining the game. The tip of a guy's dick could be offsides, and they would disallow a goal because of that. It's
so true.
The most infuriating thing. Way was on sides when he scored against 100%. Iran. By the way, it's ridiculous.
Oh, and you realize they never showed us the still frame shot of that either. Like they always do. They always give us like the cartoon, the line down the middle, cut in half. They never showed us that during that game either.
They released it after the fact.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
Doesn't make it much better.
No. The worst part is like you're sharing all the. I love now as I'm going through my For You page on TikTok and also on Instagram and Twitter and everything else. All these the screenshot, all the what do you say? The receipts, right? Like keeping receipts about the freaking all the British guys who said, "Oh yeah, you guys aren't even gonna qualify. Y'all are screwed." And I'm just reading them laughing because all the stitches are fucking hysterical. I'm crying right now.
I'd also like to point out Jared just pronounced the word receipt, receps.
Yeah, I know that.
It's how I make sure I spell correctly in emails for work. Okay,
it's people like you that Iranian reporter is pissed at.
How do you get recep?
I lost, not Iran.
Yeah, that's not spelling it right, Jared.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you
my
get
head
that spelling
somehow
from
that
just
works.
saying
I don't know.
that?
Spell it right now.
Oh,
REICI.
No. That's not how you spell it.
It's spelled point. The fucking spell check kicks in.
Okay, so you pronounce it incorrectly to spell it correctly, but you're spelling it wrong. It's spelled like it's pronounced.
It's because he's got the autocorrect on the keyboard, Riley.
Damn straight.
Reassess.
Haven't had a spelling error in an email yet this year.
Grammarly, baby.
So Antarctica's still in it. So that's going good.
Matt's out here just trying to push for like Antarctic supremacy. Supremacy. Jesus Christ!
Oh my God!
You are struggling tonight, man.
I need a beer, man.
That's all right. Yes, the World Cup is going freaking fantastic, though. And people are saying this is going to be the greatest, one of the greatest sports weekends in a long time. Between starting this Saturday off with that in the morning, and then obviously you get a lot of the championship weekend going on.
You're right. We have like the most epic sports weekend we could ever think of. Like, there's Beth. Hey, Beth. And she's right. The party has begun because she's here now. So my favorite part of this is like Friday we get USC Utah. We get tonight. We get Buffalo and New England. No, we don't know how the fuck that game's gonna go tonight because is old Billy gonna pull one more FU to Buffalo out of his hat, or is this gonna be like a Buffalo beatdown? No. And then tomorrow we get Utah USC, where USC will inevitably choke because it's a Friday night Pac-12 game, and anybody who bets on USC tomorrow is a fucking dummy. At least that's They made the line too close.
Coming
Vegas
out
knows it.
strong.
I know it. I watched Utah kick Samir's Oregon Ducks teeth in last year. So on the same night, so I learned my lesson. On top of that, Saturday morning, like Duck said, we've got USA versus the Netherlands. I said the right country this time. And then we have championship Saturday from noon to fucking midnight. We got good college football. And then I don't know how that ACC championship game should get interesting. And then Sunday, we have like 8 good NFL games. Monday's kind of a letdown, but I mean, honestly, it's like
Monday's always a letdown.
True. I mean, we have to go to work, so
Yeah.
At
I'm
least
just
they
happy
flexed
I don't
the
have to
Denver
work
out of
any
the
more
prime time
Saturdays
game.
until I don't even know. So
Would you say they flexed Denver out of Monday? Is that what you said?
no, they flexed
flexed
Denver out of
our
Sunday night.
prime
Thank
time.
fucking
Oh,
God.
good.
For
Yeah.
next weekend.
I can't watch another Denver primetime. There's such a
We got subjected to
slog
what,
team to
5 of
watch
them?
this year. Their
See,
games are just boring.
Yeah.
The worst
I
part
think they
about
had
all
like
of it.
I
The
think
worst
they
part
had
about
4
all
in
of
their
it is
first
that
5 or
they.
6 weeks.
Sorry, Matt.
No, you're good. I'm saying I think they had like 4 primetime games their first 5 or 6 games.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
betting the unders there was great.
That's true.
But then again, apparently, if you bet the unders, you just root for chaos.
we're always rooting for
Yeah,
chaos.
there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with chaos. Every now and then.
So much better. So, boys, tonight, by the way, I found this amazing beer.
This guy,
All my Northeasterners, you'll love this. Back east out of Connecticut, triple scooped. It's a triple IPA version of my favorite double and single IPA family. It is
All right.
amazing. It does not taste like a triple. And in
does,
usual ice cream man fashion, it is very sweet.
I was gonna say, does it have
uh,
anything to do with ice cream?
No, there's no. Yeah, it's called the triple scoop.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah. The single IPA is called Ice Cream Man. The light IPA is called Little Scoop.
Okay.
The double IPA is called Double Scoop, and the triple is called Triple Scoop. Obviously,
That makes
They're
sense
all
then. Okay.
They're all fucking amazing. And I just found this one in the back of in the back fridge of the liquor store that I was next to. I was doing some shopping for my old man for Christmas. I've actually bought 2 Christmas gifts already this year, guys. I'm proud of myself.
Guys, my shopping's done, and it all arrives.
Dude,
within 2
usually I'm
days.
shopping until like the last week, man. Like last year, I think I got my gift in from my Secret Santa for my family 2 years ago. I think I got it in the day before Christmas.
I've gotten it in after. I've left a note in a bag before and said it's coming.
You heard it from my boy Brent, okay? Like he's a USC guy and he's even saying it.
They got Utah, right?
They got
Mhm.
Utah.
Yeah, that definitely felt like a fishy game when I was looking at it earlier.
Are you guys also ready for 2 fucking 6-packs today? Me and Matt said we threw caution to the wind. There were too many good football games this weekend. So instead of me and Matt picking a leg gimme, because let's be honest, unless you're picking Michigan and Purdue, not really many gimmies. So that being said, we
As
said
there shouldn't
fuck
be.
it. We're gonna throw all 6 conference championships out there, like the 6 big ones, and then we're throwing in the 6 best NFL games, and we're saying those are your 2 6-packs. So the rules this year are going to be simple. I'll explain. We'll also reiterate during the actual show itself when we start picking games. Each person gets an upset for the college and for the pro brackets. So this way, and they're 2 separate parlays, so we don't lose all our money. Or at least, let's be honest, so I don't lose all my money, because I have been on it ever since Halloween weekend. I have been on a death slide on betting of epic proportions. I have been screwed by the dumbest, flukiest shit in college and pro ball, and it literally is driving me nuts. So at some point, I figure, fuck it, it can't get worse. I've already gone 0 for 5 in 1 parlay, so
I had on
Especially
two.
not betting on Mike White.
I think 0 for 5 is better than going 4 and 1 on a parlay.
Yeah, I
Because if
agree.
you go 0 and 5, you can go,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what?
true.
I had no shot throughout this whole thing. But if you
Exactly.
go 4 and 1, you're like, well, if
Love
I
hockey.
didn't pick this one like over for passing touchdown or something, I would be making. But no, 0 and 5 all day. Kill the dream early. That's what I'm
I
doing.
100% agree because twice this year I had. I've stopped doing it now because it was pissing me off too much. But I've done the 13, like pick every game in a parlay of the NFL, throw down like $5 to win like 40,000, whatever it comes out to be. And twice I've missed it by 1 pick, and it was a favorite that lost.
dude,
So I
lost
just stopped at that point because it was too freaking debilitating.
I lost a parlay because my idiot ass confused Timothy Weah with Tyler Adams because I completely just picked the wrong guy. So I had a Weah anytime goal, a Pulisic anytime goal, U.S. lead in the first half, and the U.S. winning. I thought I hit my parlay when Weah hit that goal in, and I was losing my shit. And then I look up and I'm like, nope, my dumbass picked a midfielder for an anytime goal. I'm screwed.
Let's be honest. Tyler Adams, though, has been like the X factor on defense for this team.
Oh yeah,
he's been unbelievable on defense to watch. It's been fantastic. He's the one hustling all over the place to get to every ball, to cut off every angle. He's been an absolute just firecracker for that team.
Is he a real spark plug, a real coach's son?
What?
You ever seen that? You ever seen that clip about like all the stereotypes about players? He's a real lunch pail guy, a real spark plug.
Oh,
son. Yeah, like that's when you said that's the first thing I fucking heard. What were you saying, Matt?
I was saying, how'd you get those two confused? Very different names.
What
do they have in common?
They were.
It's not their hair.
Not that. I can tell the difference. One dad was wasn't he like the prime minister of, I think it was Liberia? I can't remember. President of Liberia. And then the other one was the one who got asked the stupid questions by the Iranian reporter. I knew who they were. I just, in the middle of my workout, put that parlay down like a fucking idiot. I got to stop betting while I work out. That's my biggest problem.
Yeah, fair. Also, he's the current president of Liberia.
Ah, there you go. I thought it was former. My bad.
Nope.
Nice.
Sitting president.
And yes, Beth, by the way, I do love hockey. My Bruins
Duck,
are on
if you want to run comments for a second, be my guest.
Well, you already put it up. I saw that. I just want to remind her how much my Bruins are kicking ass right now.
Hockey. My Penguins are mid this year, so it's kind of I'm just kind of like this with hockey until maybe.
Jared's not going to watch hockey this year because, by his own admission, he only watches in the playoffs.
I've never hidden that. I try to watch it. The problem is, like, there's always something I'd rather watch on. I'm honest about it.
That one's for you, Jared. Take Beth's advice.
We need to start a campaign for no betting. What's a pre-workout? Yeah, because I think the adrenaline of me thinking about winning money is my biggest problem.
It is hard to not start spending that money in your head before the games even start.
So maybe to break the curse, I got to switch betting facilities today. So I'm going to do my Thursday parlay with FanDuel.
Okay.
I usually do DraftKings because I've won so much fucking money through them that I get so many bonuses. But I'm on a cold streak of epic proportions, so I need to do something right.
Just take the over on Mike White, everything. You're good.
Fuck yeah.
It works for
love
me.
Mike White. Fuck Zach Wilson, that Hayden Christensen Disney Channel villain-looking motherfucker.
All right, middle-aged, lonely housewife. Stop talking about fucking Zach Wilson. Jesus.
Oh, my God. My favorite thing about this whole Jet situation is I'm sitting there in Philadelphia. I'm watching SportsCenter. I think it's like a Sunday morning. I'm eating my breakfast and shit before we go out. And we're going to just go prep for the game and get our shit for the tailgate. And I'm sitting there watching sports. I haven't watched SportsCenter in months. And they're talking about Zach Wilson. And I watched Teddy Bruschi try to defend the Zach Wilson part of this being benched. It was it's like watching Nick Wright try not to act biased about the fucking Chiefs. You could tell he knew he was fucking up. He didn't care. He kept going. He said, listen, this is not the way you treat a quarterback. He's not going to respond to this. And Rex Ryan's looking at him like, then maybe he shouldn't be the quarterback.
Yeah.
And Teddy's just digging a hole. He couldn't stop himself.
I also think teams should just stop drafting quarterbacks second overall.
Yeah.
Like, look at it. Zach Wilson, Mitch Trubisky, Carson Wentz, Marcus Mariota, RG3,
Ryan Leaf,
Donovan McNabb, who choke job in the Super Bowl because he was too busy partying.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't draft a quarterback second overall. Take literally any other position. Take a kicker second overall for all I care. Just no more quarterbacks.
No more quarterbacks.
I think Will Richard second overall in 2 years. Don't take a quarterback.
I think the Jets should just try to literally sell a couple of draft picks for either Carr, Rodgers, Lamar, whoever's available, and say no more quarterbacks. We're going to go the mercenary route for quarterbacks for the rest of our careers.
Yeah, it's worked out well for the Colts and Commanders.
I mean, also Jim Irsay is too busy slamming beers, brother. And the Commanders are run by Daniel. I'd rather look at my cheerleaders while they're uncomfortable, Snyder.
I didn't hear if you threw him in there, but Mitchell Trubisky, I believe, was also number 2 overall.
Why would you want?
Yes, I did throw him in.
Yeah.
Include him, yep.
I didn't. I mean,
I
also,
misheard that. I thought you wanted Mitch as your quarterback.
No. I'm also, how many years are you going to get out of Rodgers before you have to go back in and find another quarterback? It's going to be like a Phillip Rivers situation where you probably get him for a year, maybe 2, and then you just got to do it all over again. I guess I like everybody. I take anybody over Zach Wilson right now. I take Jimmy G in a free agency. I go trade for Derek Carr. I'd go get Lamar Jackson. I'd get anybody.
I said this on Sunday morning. I said, watch out for I think a very realistic landing spot for the Jets would be Jacoby Brissett if Watson shows up all right in Cleveland here.
I'm starting to think that Watson may just have we'll talk about this later when we talk because that game's in one of our 6-packs. But anybody else is thinking Watson maybe rusty as fuck and chuck a couple picks?
100%.
2 years.
Yeah, it's gonna take him a few weeks. I don't think he's gonna go out there and burn
the
it down.
Texans covering is a really fun bet right now because I think they're -7.5 right now.
You owe them as -7 on this list.
It may have gone. It was 7.5 this morning. I think when I checked ESPN for Caesars, it was 7. I don't know. Maybe that Vegas is waking up.
I could definitely.
The guy
see
hasn't played. He hasn't played football in over 700 days, and he was a little shaky in the preseason. I don't think he's going to come out and be 2019 Deshaun Watson versus Patrick Mahomes week 1 kind of guy. I think it's going to be more of a, if they win, it's going to probably be ugly. I don't think it's just going to be his greatest game, and then we'll see if he gets it going forward. But I'm not thinking this is going to be a clean game by him on Sunday.
Well, here's where the Browns might not need Watson in order to cover the spread this week. I mean, they just got to give the ball to Chubb. Chubb's going to have his way with this Texans defense. So I just see it being one of those games, honestly, where the Browns defense is just going to have to get a couple stops, and they should be able to win by 2 touchdowns.
You could just do a wildcat the entire time, just line Chubb up in the quarterback position, like you said. And just
maybe a jump pass here and there. I'm for it. So I want to talk about the college football playoff expansion coming next year. So if you guys have been living under a rock or you haven't listened to the show before, a certain former co-host of mine who's now moved on to his amazing college podcast and looks very dapper in his Alabama sweater today.
I wore it to work.
That a boy. Has repeatedly said, me and him both went on a rant about this last year when they brought this up. I proposed a 6-team playoff. I figured it rewards the top 2, getting them a bye. You watch the other 4 teams beat the piss out of each other, and you get them. This way, if we did it this year, Alabama and Ohio State are the 5 and 6 seed against TCU and fucking USC. Holy piss! I couldn't hold my shit together trying to talk about that. Either way, to Kevin's point, he said last year it doesn't fucking matter. The best teams are going to rise to the top anyway. So you're still going to have USC versus Ohio State, if I remember correctly, or Clemson versus Ohio State, or Alabama versus Georgia. It doesn't fucking matter. The best teams will always win. So as we unfortunately learned by Cincinnati getting their shit kicked in, they played pretty hard for a team that was down a 3-touchdown dog, but it was still unfortunate last year. Michigan, I think, was even more embarrassing loss to Georgia. But, gentlemen, what do you think about the 12-team expansion next year? I mean, it's kind of cool. Replaces a couple bowl games. I see their side of it. So, you replace the Rose Bowl with, instead of just being a New Year's 6, now it's one of the games for the playoff. I kind of like that. But at the same time, I think it's just too much. What do you guys think? Matt, you're up first.
I mean, if you're a fan of a team that never really gets in, this is your one shot of trying to squeak in there. I mean, at the end of the day, Kevin was saying, is the top teams are going to rise up regardless. I think this is just kind of one of those things where they're doing this just to get some different teams in there. But I think it is what it is. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't think anybody squeaks in those last couple